Hey guys, the topic of interest today is how to be happier, right? One thing I find so amazing is how you can have people who seemingly have everything, so they can have like a good family, good working relationships, a dream career, financially stable, and yet still they can be depressed and feel down the majority of the time. And yet you can have people who seemingly have nothing and they can remain positive, come across as happy the majority of the time. What that tells me is that it's not necessarily about what you have or what you don't have, but it's about what you focus on and how you choose to experience life that determines whether or not you're going to be happy or not. So practically, how can we be happier, right? So I'm going to lay down some foundations for you and then we'll get right into it. So like one thing I want you guys to understand first of all is that your brain is ignoring a whole bunch of different things going on right now. It doesn't take everything in, right? There's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, or the RAS for short. And what that part of the brain does is it controls what you see and what you don't see. So the whole bunch of different things going on right now that you're not paying attention to, like while you're listening to my video. So for example, like right now, you're not really paying attention to the breathing rate. You're not paying attention to the way that your chest is, expanding and not expanding. You know what I'm saying? You're not paying attention to the noise that's going on in the background. What I mean? You're not paying attention to the way that you're breathing. There could be, you're not paying attention to like the blood flowing through your left eardrum. What I mean? The whole bunch of different things going on right now that you're not paying attention to, unless I was to bring it up to you right now. So that's the thing. That's how your brain works. There are certain things that it ignores and certain things that it pays attention to, right? So understand that. Part one. Okay, now let me give you an example and we'll get into it. So for example, let's say I was to go to a party and I was to take my camera with me and I was to take shots of the party, right? Capturing different emotions in the moment of the party. And I went to this, and this is the same party. I'm taking loads of different shots. I'll get a whole bunch of different emotions in the catalog of pictures that I've taken. And if I was to show you certain pictures of the party, you create an assumption of how the party is, right? So for example, if I was to take a picture of like a couple making out at the party, making love, being all passionate, like all up in each other's faces, you'd be like, and I was to say this was the party. The interpretation of that party you'd have is like, whoa, that party must have been intense. It must have been full of love and passion. Wow, people were really getting it on there, weren't they? But I could also take a photo at the same party of people in a brawl, people fighting, busy punching each other up. And I was to show you that picture and say, yo, look, this was the party. You'd be like, whoa, you know what I mean? That party seemed really aggressive. Like people were really on edge that day. People weren't really getting on at that party. But I could also still go to the same party and take a photo of people who seem bored, who are doing nothing, who don't look happy with life. And you say like, wow, that party looks so boring. Man, it's so dull. Yeah, ain't nothing going on there. That's the interpretation you'd have of that party. But all those photos I showed you were of the same party, right? And that's how your mind works. Your mind is like that camera, right? It takes shots of the party, like snaps of the party. And based on that photo that you take of the party, it's gonna determine what you feel, right? In essence, that photo, that shot that you took was what you focused on. And life is like that. Life is like that party, right? The people experience life in completely different ways. You know what I mean? Like that party, there were a whole bunch of different things going on at that party, but the different interpretations you could get of that party, right? It's down to what you focus on. It's down to what you choose to take snapshots of. Because a whole bunch of different things that you're ignoring. Like if I was to show you that picture of the couple making love, right? Yeah. You'd be like, wow, this is the way the party is. It's intense. It's full of love. It's full of passion, right? But there were all those other shots that I took as well. But we completely ignored all those other things because that's the photo that we chose to focus on. You understand what I'm saying? So it's what you choose to focus on that's going to determine how you feel. And even if you focus on certain things, it doesn't necessarily have to be real for you to feel it. I'm saying you can focus on things that aren't even real and still feel the emotion of it. Like for example, right? It's like when you have a friend who tells you that somebody said something about you, something negative about you, and you're like, oh word, that person said that about me, and then you start getting mad. And you start ruminating, I can't believe they said that about me. How could they say that about me? That's not even true. After all I've done for them, you start thinking about it, and then you start getting mad because you're focused on what that friend said that person said. So now you're mad, and then you go confront that person and say, you said this about me? And then you find out that person never said that thing about you. And then you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, kind of thing, right? I was mistaken. You focused on the wrong thing, and it created the emotion, or as if the thing had really happened. You know what I mean? So it's down to what you focus on. So if you focus on the things that are positive, if you focus on all the things that are going right for you, chances are you're going to feel good about yourself. But if you focus on all the things that are bringing you down, all the things that are going wrong, all the things that should be happening in your life but aren't happening in your life, well, you're going to feel bad about yourself. Like, hands down, you're not going to be happy. So one thing I encourage us to do if we want to be happier is to start a gratitude journal. I think that's really helping me. So to write down all the things that you're grateful for. Like, some of us maybe think there is nothing for me to be grateful for. Yeah, there's always something for you to be grateful for. If you look for it hard enough, there's always something. And if you pay attention to that, yeah, you're going to start feeling good about yourself. You're going to start realizing, wow, you know, I actually have a lot of things going for me. And the funny thing about gratitude is when you're grateful, right? When you exercise gratefulness, more good things happen to you because you're so grateful, you're attracted because you're like a positive magnet, and it's like, oh, you're drawing more positive things because when you're positive, people are like you. You know, people are really gonna like you. People are gonna gravitate to you, and they're gonna be like, wow, you know, yeah, what is it about that guy or that girl that makes it so positive? And it's because of what you focus on. You know what I'm saying? What you focus on is what you're gonna feel. So let's focus on all the things that are going right for us. Let's focus on all the things that are going good, all the things that are going our way, and you find that more things will go your way. You know what I'm saying? People will be drawn to you. That's the main thing. So focus on all those good things, guys. Yeah, so guys, have a good day. Control what you focus on, right? Be happy. Don't let no idiot ruin your day. All right, guys, stay positive. Love you guys. All right, peace.